I hear a lot of people saying, it's in God's hands, whenever we talk about a matter that might be difficult. And the answer is yes and no. Yes, in that God can do all things that are possible. He can do things that exceed our wildest imagination. At the same time, the answer might be no, because He put you in charge of a certain situation. So even though all things are in God's hands, He placed you on earth and allowed you to confront various circumstances, and certain matters are indeed in your hands. By insisting that God's in charge and therefore we don't need to do anything, well, that would be pretty irresponsible. And you remember our discussion about how Lucifer wanted to try to force us to be good? He promised he would control us. Well, whenever we punt on a situation, absolutely, in choosing not to do anything ourselves about it and just insist that God is in control and he'll make whatever he wants to have happen, well, then we're actually making Satan into our God because we're demanding that God control us. And so I reject the notion that God is truly in control of everything, including your choices. Uh, he's don't get me wrong, this is not a jab at the power of God. There's another mindset that we could debunk, which is the notion that everything is up to you. Not everything is up to you. Not everything is within your power, and God will only judge you for those things that are within your power. There are many people who work and they try really hard to change outcomes, as though they're the only factor. And a lot of people who don't believe in God behave this way. And I will submit that many people who do not believe in God are actually behaving more intelligently than some who do. Because a person who works very, very hard to change the outcome at least recognizes the eternal principle taught by God that we are accountable for our own actions. Whereas a person who punts on that by saying, well, God's in control, as though that were an excuse for inaction, is actually yielding over to the adversary's plan. And so God wants us to work hard, but he wants us to work in partnership with him. And that is where we can do our very, very best work. It's been said that prayer is a form of work, and work is a form of prayer. And most of your prayer happens, as Elder Bednar said, after you get off your knees and just go start working on it. I believe in that. I believe in partnership with God. I believe that hard work, prayerful hard work, recognizing our partnership and dependence on God, but striving earnestly ourselves to go and accomplish his will for us is what will enable the greatest blessings to flow. It's been said that obedience and sacrifice unlock the blessings of heaven. And this is true. The more we do to try to implement the Father's will, the happier and better off